What's up, guys? This is part 2 of my Q&A video. I filmed it all together and really tried to upload it as one video, but I fought it for like 2 days and it was not happening. And so this is part 2. I will put the link to part 1 in the description box. So if you haven't watched part 1, watch that first, and then here's part 2. Hope you guys enjoy my rambling. So the next question. This one was asked a ton, and always is anytime I ever do a Q&A. Am I single? I am not. I am taken. I have a boyfriend. So there's the answer to that. Why do you have hot lips? Okay, that's weird. Are you girlfriend with Bug BMX? No. That ties right into the question I just answered. No, me and Bug are homies. We're really good friends. No, he has a girlfriend, I have a boyfriend, kind of thing. And some people just, I've noticed a lot of people on my channel can't seem to comprehend that I'm friends with a lot of dudes. Which I don't understand why people don't think that boys and girls can't just be friends. We're not in kindergarten. But I'm not saying this person asked this question is implying that, but that seems to be a decent response to me and all of my friends on the channel. So I don't date all my friends, I promise. All of these are just kind of the same. Some of these are wildly inappropriate. How and why did you get into powder coating? This is a good one. So a lot of people do ask me this. So why I wanted to get into powder coating is essentially because clearly you guys know trucks are a huge passion of mine, but have not been my working background per se. So I've always owned trucks, started going to shows as soon as I was old enough, to afford my own truck and start going and just customizing, of course, taking them to shops and paying for them to be customized, or going to AutoZone and buying everything chrome I can possibly put on something. So it's always been a passion of mine, but it hasn't always been my career path. I was in the beauty industry for a long time, and that's what I did my whole adult life. That's what I did right out of high school. So it's kind of opposite. So when I wanted to kind of get into automotive as a career, well, I guess it just kind of all kind of just falls into place. As like I said before, never try to make your own life plans because God has other plans. But when I first thought of I want to get into powder coating, it's because I don't have mechanical knowledge. I'm always humbled and confused by people who think that I'm a mechanic. I wish that I was, and I'm flattered that some people think that I am, and then I think some people think that I think I'm a mechanic, and they're like, girl, you ain't no mechanic. I know I'm not. I would say I know more than like the average person per se, but I am not a mechanic. That's not what I went to school for. That would be one of my life goals, is to go to school for, maybe diesel engines and stuff like that. That's always been a goal. More knowledge is always great. I would love to gain more knowledge. I learn more and more every day. But what I'm getting at is I'm not a mechanic. I don't have a heavy background in anything like that. No one in my family has a heavy background in anything like that for me to really learn off of. So powder coating, I won't say it's easy, but it's something that requires minimal mechanical knowledge. So I am self-taught with that. Definitely not the best at it. I still have a ton to learn, but I have fun with it. And that's ultimately why I like to do that, why I like to spray bed liners, why I like to metal polish. I've never painted per se, but I like to do like prep work for my friends that paint, because basically anything I can do that's hands-on with the truck, I'm stoked about. And I'm actually so thankful to be able to do something and be a part of builds without being a full-blown mechanic. So to me, powder coating, bed lining, all of those things really hold a special place in my heart, and I'm really thankful for them because they've allowed me as someone with minimal mechanical knowledge to be a part of something that I love and make it a career. So I'm really thankful for that. And that's how I got into powder coating. Like I said, self-taught, I'm definitely not the best. YouTube will help you guys out a lot if you're learning. And always reach out to people. It seems like the powder coat industry is really a great community that's willing to help anyone. So that's my best advice with that. Let's see. Is your shop in Missouri closed now? So yes, it is, which I kind of said that previously when we were talking about the website and all of that. It is closed as far as under LB Motorsports. I do still own the building, and as of right now I have it rented out, and it is going for sale soon. So if anyone's looking to open up a shop in Missouri, that's gonna be for sale. Just a bunch of, are you single? Some of these I've answered in my last Q&As, and the question or the answer hasn't changed, so I'm not going to. Was that the first time you drove in heels? Someone says. So that's in regards to one of my last videos where I was filmed dressed up and in heels driving my truck. That is not, did I say last or first? I don't know. They asked if it was the first. That is not the first time I've driven in heels. It's not that hard, but I don't wear heels all the time. I'm like a Vans kind of girl, so they're harder to walk in than they are to drive in. Let's see. What is your advice? Oh, okay, so I actually messaged this girl to get a little bit more of a specific question. She said, what's your advice for a young lady that wants to get into the industry? So when people ask me this question, I always ask them, do they mean in the industry as far as working in the automotive industry, or do you mean in the industry as far as going to shows, marketing for companies and things like that? So I'll just go ahead and give my two scenarios to both of those things. So an advice to a girl that wants to get in the industry as far as working. You're probably starting out with more knowledge than I did, so it is possible, and I 100% encourage you to do it. If you have the chance, go to trade school. Like I said, more knowledge is power, so definitely go to trade school, soak up as much knowledge as you possibly can by those around you, whether you have, you know, friends that are always working on their own personal vehicles, YouTube, anything like that. Soak up as much knowledge as you can. One of the first things that I started, like I said, I'm just thankful to have the opportunity to do anything hands-on without knowing a ton. So for me, detailing was kind of what I got into at first. I wouldn't say I love detailing, but it was just, if you have a passion for vehicles and you want to put your hands on them, you just know the feeling that I'm talking about. It's just like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like being one with the vehicle and feeling like you're a part of it kind of thing. It sounds so corny, but that's how I felt at first with detailing. And then, like I said, I didn't have a huge passion for that, but I kind of fed that need. And that's a really good place to start for any young person, is detailing, I think, and detailing your own vehicles, your friends' vehicles, things like that. And then go to trade school if you can, and just learn as much as you possibly can and turn it into a career and don't look back. As far as getting started in the industry, as far as marketing and going to shows and things like that, as far as going to shows, I I mean, if you already have your own truck or vehicle, then you should 100% take it to shows. You know what I mean? That's a really hard one because it would depend on if someone already had the vehicle or not. And it doesn't have to be 100% show quality. And you can go to shows without owning a vehicle. You can just go and enjoy yourself. Have fun with your friends. Appreciate other people's builds. Get cool content with other people's builds. There's plenty of people that enjoy shows and are within the show world that don't have their own show vehicle. But my best advice to a young female kind of wanting to get into that, my main piece of advice here would be to get a really good supportive group of friends. And most of the time, the group of friends that's in that realm, and most of the time that's probably going to be mainly males. So get you some dude friends that are gonna have your back, because you're not gonna know everything right off the bat. You're probably, you know, might get made fun of. It just happens, you know what I mean? But if you have a good support group that is willing to teach you things, willing to have your back, and just enjoy the journey with you, then that's a great place to start. And just get out there. Just get out there. You don't have to even know anyone. Just show up and make connections. I think that's the best advice. You guys can tell I'm like losing energy now because it's nighttime. And I'm still gonna have this video up tonight, I promise. Let's see. What happened to the Kodiak? People are asking what happened to the Kodiak, but I've already answered that. What happened to the Escalade? Did you sell it? Yes, I sold it last year, so it would be almost it's over a full year because Daytona was late this year, but I sold it last year at Daytona Truck Meet to a couple in Florida, and they daily drive that sucker. She takes to the grocery store, loads up kids, and to my knowledge, they love it, and it's been a great vehicle for them, and I love seeing it on Instagram. I know a lot of you miss, oh, who dis? I think my videographer's wife just commented on my story. Is this her? Yes, that's her. I'll follow her back. I'm confused. Anyways. Maybe it wasn't her. I don't know. TikTok, guys. TikTok is lit, okay? If you have a small business, I highly encourage you to get on TikTok and start building your brand on there. If you guys don't follow me on TikTok, follow me. I just started taking it kind of serious, and it's really good organic reach. I have like 103,000 followers on there now with not much effort. Anyone can get followers on there, in my opinion. What was I getting at before that happened? Oh, the Escalade. Yes, sold it. They love it. I'm sure you guys miss it. I miss it. Everyone's always like, why didn't you keep the Escalade? I missed the Escalade. Why didn't you? Well, because guys, I have to sell one to build another one because money don't grow on trees. Okay, so I wish I could collect them. One day I'll be to that point. But today ain't the day. And the thing that I love the most is building them and the process and things like that. So once they're built, they're just not as fun. I'm gonna be honest with you. Then I'm ready, then I'm bored and ready for the next thing. So until I can collect them, I've thought about buying it back from them. I'm sure that offer's still on the table, but I just have a lot of trucks right now and I can't afford any more projects. So that one is gonna stay in Florida with its new owners for quite a while. But, so that's where the Escalade is. People always asking me. Oh, what is another one? I feel like there was something that I was gonna say. I don't know, we'll just read more of these, try to find some. If you had an unlimited budget, what's one car or truck you would pick and how would you modify it? Gosh, an unlimited budget. In one of my previous Q&A videos, I did like I told you guys a couple of my dream vehicles because I have a lot of them. Gosh, if budget was not a thing. Probably, yeah, no, I know exactly what it'd be. I'm gonna Google it, what it is. It's a military vehicle. I don't remember what they're called though. I'm gonna Google tank truck for sale. Maybe a tank. No, but they're full-blown armored vehicles and they're expensive as heck. And are there other things that I would like more than that? Yes. But if I have one chance where money's no option, that's probably what I'm gonna get because it's sick. It's not a Sherpa. I don't know why I wanna say Sherpa, because the Sherpas are the baby ones, but we're gonna look that up really quick anyways. Sherpa truck? I don't know, it might be. God, Sherpas are sick. Oh wow, I love them. Love them. It's definitely not a Sherpa, but it's something close to that. If you guys can think of the name, drop it in the comments. I seen one at SEMA. I seen two, I think, in SEMA the past 2 years. I've seen one each the past 2 years, different ones. And yeah, they're like $200,000 stock or something like that. And they're sick. So that's what I would get, just because if I have one pass but it's not an option, that's what I'm going for. So, because the other ones aren't completely unrealistic. And I'm not saying that's completely unrealistic forever, but as of right now it is. So that's what I would go with. Sorry, my phone was ringing for a minute, so. Oh, here's one. Is the dent side gone? If so, how come no video on the giveaway? So I haven't done a video on the giveaway. Actually, I seen someone ask me if I'd announced the winner for the giveaway yet. I'm gonna look up that person's name right now because I actually forgot. So I haven't given it to them yet. You guys knew that I have my dent side that I did a giveaway with. Hang on, I gotta find this. So we chose the winner. We did this little like dart game thing. Put all the numbers on a board. It was totally random. Grayson Schramme, I think I pronounced his name wrong every single time, but he is in Fort Worth, Texas area. So we're just kind of trying to figure out when I can make it to him to deliver it. And it's getting like front bushings and shocks and all of that lined out and just kind of gone through again. Just make sure it's perfect for him. So he is the winner. So I'm sorry to anyone watching this that didn't see that the winner was announced already. I'm sorry if you didn't win. But I will be doing a video when he gets it. So that's why you haven't seen it yet, because he hasn't got it. And we just announced that when we were in Daytona. And then it's been hectic ever since we've been back from Daytona. So it's been the little mini show season all packed into like a month. It's been pretty crazy. So hopefully this month, maybe beginning of this month is October. So I'm hoping for this month to be able to line that out with him as well. I also seen a relating question that says, what's your next giveaway? So I will say I do not plan to be a giveaway company. This is just something I kind of did with the one truck. I don't want to do truck giveaways all the time. But I have thought about doing maybe like a side-by-side giveaway or something like that. Something built a little wild with some cool powder coat. If you guys would be into that, drop it in the comments. I think it'd be really cool to build two and then have like 2 different color schemes and then have you guys pick. I don't know, that's big dreaming, but that could be in the works for 2021 with Lacey Blair Co. So if there was gonna be another giveaway, that's probably it, besides maybe, you know, a little small one I'll do here and there. So, let's see, back to my screenshots. So, also, a very heavily asked question, and I think this is gonna be my last one. I said I was picking 10, I don't know how many I've picked, but this is gonna be my last one. We're ending with a banger, okay? Because I know a bunch of you guys have been wondering this. Did I quit working for Sparks, which would be, you know, Sparks Motors for the Diesel Brothers? Yes, I did stop working for them. It's been a little bit now. So basically my reasoning behind that, and I'm sure everyone wants like, or is wishing for a more dramatic answer. There's no hard feelings with me and them kind of thing. I just felt like I couldn't grow my own personal self under their employment. And I haven't not worked for myself since I was like 18. And I'm talking like, I mean, even when I did hair for other salons, I was still like an independent contractor, making my own schedule, taking care of all my own taxes and money and things like that. And so it was weird for me to have an employer. And I'm sure my tune was different when I moved here. I'm like, oh my God, guys, I get to work for someone. It's nice. It's nice to for someone to be able to tell you like, hey, this is what you're gonna do today, instead of you taking my dog is breathing really hard. Instead of you taking, you know, the responsibility or the personal initiative to do things yourself. That was kind of nice for a minute. But I realized I ultimately am a self-employed mindset kind of person. And it just got to be where I was, you know, set to these hours there. And sometimes it felt like I was milking the clock. I couldn't work on my personal brand, my apparel, my YouTube videos, things like that, side jobs, things like that. I couldn't work on those things during work hours, but there wasn't always stuff for me to do work hours. So I would feel like I was like milking the clock, and I'm not that kind of person. So on those days, I felt like I was taking advantage of them and my salary pay. And then on other weeks or other days, which it just kind of balances itself out, but other weeks and other days, we would be balls to the walls, like freaking stay up for 3 days and try to get things done, sleep at the shop kind of thing. And on those days, my businesses really suffered. And I just didn't see that being anything that served any longevity for me, or that was going to be good for my personal brand in the long run. So I made the decision I actually went part-time for a little bit and was just kind of doing powder coat for them here and there, some marketing here and there. And then I just decided to part ways, and I think it was a good time for me to do it. There's a lot of just random stuff going on, and 2020 has been the weirdest year. You guys know that, but the time and energy that I've put into my personal business as far as Lacey Blair Co., which just sounds crazy to me because, like I said, it's my little apparel company that I didn't think would become anything. My time and effort has been a direct reflection of how successful I've been in that. So once I started treating it like a full-time job, it has flourished. And so now it is mine and Cheyenne's like double full-time job on top of everything else that we do. So super thankful for that, but I just kind of needed to break away on my own again. I'm used to do my own thing. Super awesome experience. I love everyone that I worked with, and I thought I'd be more sad like saying this or something, but I'm not. I have, you know, most people would be like, well, you moved your life across the country for this job that you decided wasn't gonna work anymore. And yes, but it was an awesome experience, and I love Utah and everyone that I've met some of the best friends that I'll ever have here. And it got me out of like my small town little bubble that I was in. I never thought I'd move. I thought I was thinking big, but I don't really think I was. And then now that I've moved once, I have this open mind. Like I could literally work anywhere, especially with what I do now. I'm just super thankful for it. So yeah, like I said, no hard feelings there. It ended on a good note, and I feel at peace with it. And yeah, that's kind of the lowdown. I never really did announce it or anything. So there it is. That was a really, I don't know, a really asked question. I don't know another adjective for that, but that was a really asked question. And I think that's all for the Q&A. I don't know how many questions that was. I hope that you learned something today. I hope this might have been entertaining. I don't know. If you made it to the end of this video, drop me a comment so I can show you some love for listening to me ramble. holy cow, just this clip is 25 minutes. I'm so sorry. So yeah, definitely drop a comment if you're watching to this point so I can show you some love. And if you guys have any other questions, drop them in the comments because I wanna know, and maybe I'll do another one of these very soon. So see you guys later.